All right, everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Jordan Report, and I'm your host, Robert Jordan. Everyone, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Okay, guys, I just want to give everybody a clear illustration of just how contrived and inorganic the BLM movement is. Because if you notice, they have to recruit from the ranks of children and the people who simply don't know any better. I'm going to go through this article, and then I'm going to show you the local news clip. Wealthy NYC woman busted in BLM rampage. This is not a woman. This girl's 20 years old. One of the Black Lives Matter protesters now facing felony and rioting and misdemeanor graffiti charges after a window smashing free-for-all in Manhattan is a wealthy Upper East Sider whose mother is an architect and whose father is a child psychiatrist. Wait till you see this girl. Clara Kraebber, 20, is one of 8 people arrested Friday night after a roiling 3-hour rampage that police say caused at least $100,000 in damages from Foley Square up to 24th Street. Every city, every town burned this precinct to the ground, the group chanted, as it moved up Lafayette Street while busting the plate glass facades of banks, Starbucks, and Duane Reade. Her mother and father have a lot of money. They're going to pay for this. The protest was organized by a group calling themselves the New African Black Panther Party and the Revolutionary Abolitionist Movement. Let me tell you something about these names. These names are not real. These are the same people just naming themselves over and over. I learned this trick when they were in Libya and Syria. Given her privileged upbringing, Kraebber might seem an unlikely alleged revolutionary in their ranks. Kraebber's mother, Virginia Kindred, runs Kendrick Artworks, a Manhattan architect firm that has designed spaces for Columbia University and NYU and worked on numerous and school business places throughout the city. Look at this girl. She's out there protesting with Black Lives Matter. Do you believe this? Her father is Marcus Kraebber, an Upper East Side child and adolescent psychiatrist who teaches at the Columbia University Department of Psychiatry. In 2016, the family paid $1.8 million for their 16-floor apartment on East End Avenue. The family also owns a 1730 home, featuring 4 fireplaces according to property listings. But Kraebber has joined in the street protests for years before allegedly taking part in Friday night's march. Okay? So she's been around. As a member of the Rice Young Democrats, she has helped work on Beto O'Rourke's 2018 failed bid to unseat Ted Cruz. She's a Democrat. All of them are Democrats. She donated $121 to the Young Rice Democrats PAC. Okay? Clara Kraebber didn't have much to say when reached by the phone at her second home in Connecticut Friday night. Clara Kraebber didn't have much to say when reached by phone at her second home in Connecticut on Friday night. No, not right now. I don't want to talk about it, she said of her arrest. This is the height of hypocrisy, one law enforcement sources who was at the protest told the Post. This girl should be the poster child for white privilege, growing up on the Upper East Side and another home in Connecticut. I wonder how her rich parents would feel about their daughter. How would they feel if they graffitied their townhouses? Okay, it just showed you people this stuff is contrived. I'm going to show you the local news on what they did.
Sidewalks in the Flatiron District left littered with shards of glass after rioters smashed storefronts. CBS 2's Natalie Duddridge joins us live now with more on that. Natalie.
Well, Jessica, it's not clear who this group of people were associated with, but they did do a lot of damage. As you mentioned, tens of thousands of dollars were smashing windows and vandalizing several businesses, including this Starbucks here in the Flatiron District, 21st Street in Madison. Now, banks and a pharmacy, they were also vandalized in the West Village as well as Soho, Lower Manhattan. Now, we have this video that shows a group of protesters dressed in black in the area last night, walking around 8 p.m., chanting every city, every town, burn the precinct to the ground, demanding criminal charges be dropped against protesters from the last few months. And then you see a dumpster fire surrounded by officers on motorcycles. Another video showing a large group of officers running down the street in riot gear. Authorities say at least 8 people were arrested, 1 from out of state. And videos show several people being loaded into a police van, and they are now facing charges, including rioting and possession of graffiti instruments. Here's what some people who live here in the area had to say.
Yesterday, last night, late at night, I was here and I seen like all these kids, you know, like I'm talking about teenagers. It's not like the protest. The protest is very peaceful.
I haven't noticed that it was protesters that were vandalizing. It looked like drunk people.
Whatever reason there was for damage, the people's voices are being heard, and the city's working with the people to figure out some sort of change.
Now, some protesters who were walking in the area here last night were carrying flags that said free all political protesters, but still police are investigating exactly what the motive was for all of this vandalism and violence. In the Flatiron District, Natalie Duddridge, CBS 2 News.
Natalie, thank you.
All right, guys, that's what happened in Manhattan Friday night.